back when I was a Girl Scout myself, my dad was in Vietnam, and my grandmother was a leader. And she decided that we should send a case of Girl Scout cookies to my father. We sent them over to my dad, and I've asked him about that since then. And he said it was so exciting to receive them, but the best part about it was that he was able to pass out the boxes to other members of his unit while he was over there. So that was exciting. So I feel like I've come full circle just being at this event. And I'm thrilled that we're going to be able to send all of these boxes of cookies overseas and all over the country to those men and women who do so much for us, and we thank them for their service. So this is wonderful. It is exciting for me to introduce the person who's going to speak with us this afternoon, this evening. He is First Lieutenant Donna Lowry. He has just returned from Afghanistan, just came back in February, just in time to help with those Girl Scouts cookie sales. Isn't that exciting? You know how to plan it, don't you? You know how to pick it. So we're thrilled to have him here today. Please join me in welcoming him to give us a few words of encouragement. First Lieutenant Wade.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for the warm welcome. I'm here because I'm a Girl Scout dad that happened to be in uniform at the perfect time. I came home to my depot site, left for Valentine's Day with my wife, got to spend Valentine's weekend with her, and she said, I got to get my cookies. Well, as everybody here in uniform knows, a mission's a mission. So the big deal was get the cookies or else we're in trouble. So you either get the cookies or you miss the date. If you miss the date, you all know how that goes. So we get off of our Valentine's Day weekend, and I changed our plans. We were supposed to stay in Mississippi. I said, no, we're going to go a little closer. Where are we going? I said, don't worry about it, I got a plan. And the plan was me on my cell phone in the corner making a bunch of calls, trying to find someplace open on Valentine's weekend. So we got to Callaway Gardens. We went, spent the weekend, having a good time, and then, boom, that morning we got up and went to go get cookies. I'm still in my uniform from overseas, so I'm still in a combat uniform. We go and pick up 217 cases of Girl Scout cookies. And needless to say, I still had duct tape from overseas, so for those of you guys that know duct tape fixes everything, I created a camper on the back of my brand new truck. We jumped in, threw all the boxes on there, and bam, we were off the road. She goes, are they going to hold? I said, babe, I've been building stuff in Afghanistan for 18 months. Of course they're going to hold. So we're riding up the street, 70 miles an hour up the highway, Georgia 85, and cookies are holding. Nothing's flying out. I don't get any beeps, no nothing. So we're good. You know, people are walking by hunking, going, what is that? You know? But yeah, that was the coming home ceremony that I got right off the rip. So one of the things about the Girl Scouts that I really enjoyed, I promised them when I got home, so I'm going to get involved. I'm going to do this. They were like, no, you need to rest. I said, no, I need to keep my pace going right now. I'm used to going 100 miles an hour. I got a group, well, my wife, who I guess I should say first, recognized Troop 13709. She doesn't want to let me forget the number. She started about a year and a half ago. We've got brownies, and we just got a few daisies added in. So see, I know the terminology too. But I've been helping out after school with them, and one of the greatest things about it is the impact it has on the little girls. My daughter now counts money better than I do. She counts the cookie money, she counts the money from donations, and she counts my money in my wallet every time. So she's really good now. She knows how to backwards count. So, it's a change. Start from the number they gave you. And she worked it out. All of our girls now have associate's degrees in marketing, accounting, and some of them have it in taste testing, the cookies, because some of the cookies were new, and people wanted to taste them, so we opened them up, let them taste them, and they buy boxes, and the girls would sneak in and grab a couple here and there. So needless to say, I bought my share of cookies this year. But one of the things about the program is that it teaches the young girls responsibility and how to deal with people and how to go out. A lot of things that we learn in the military and basic training when they're breaking us down and teaching us how to do things that as adults you're going to need later, as the CEO was explaining to us, Ms. Amy. It's great to see the girls get confidence. They walk around with the chest up high because they know, I did this, I counted that money. I just gave that lady the right change. And the ability for these girls to learn that and actually take that on later in life, you can't change that. You can't take that away, and you can't buy that with $1. That's something that's really important. So I'm very pleased and proud that I can say I was part of that process. One of the other things that was really big for me coming home was, reintegration for soldiers is a very interesting thing when you come from overseas, being gone for 18 months. So they, being able to actually get in and work with my neighbors. I have a neighbor who's a little bit younger than my daughter, and being able to work with her on her reading. you know, that kind of thing. Just, hey, this is what this says. Because everybody knows the color of the boxes, but do you really know how to spell and read? So we work on those little things while we're doing our troop meetings. So that was some of the integration that I got coming back home. It wasn't quite what I expected from a WTU, but it was pretty cool coming home and working with the Girl Scouts. One of the other things is my wife, when she started the program, you know, being able to help her out, and I would like to acknowledge her real quick. I know I'm going to be selfish real quick, but if everybody would acknowledge my wife, Khalifa Wade. I really appreciate that, because in all honesty, guys, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her and my two young children, my son and my daughter, Trinity, who's a Girl Scout. Trinity. Yeah. And my son, who looks just like me, who's wearing a uniform, just like me. But without those guys over there, if you, as it was explained earlier, if you get a pack of cookies, something that simple, while you're overseas, it makes a world of difference. We get cookies, and you see the purple box, everybody's like, ooh, s'mores. Those are mine. And every now and then I had to pull rank, you know, I'd be like, hey, no. So, you know, our guys would get these boxes, and she would send them over, and little things like a candy bar or something like that is one thing. When you get Girl Scout cookies, that was like the big deal. You know, guys were bartering at that point. You know, man, I'll cover your ship if you just give me those cookies. So that's a big deal. But in all honesty, it was a touch of home. It was a taste of home. It was something that you're in the middle of mountains in Afghanistan and sand, and you get to stop for a minute and enjoy a cookie that hadn't melted, thank God, because most of them don't. So that's a touch that you really enjoy, and it really makes a big difference. So what these girls do when they send cookies overseas, what you guys may think is a small token, sometimes keeps a soldier going for months.